let's cycle back because we just talked about that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shame on News. I don't know why I said it like that, but okay. So, are you familiar with the fucking Fearless Girl statue?
The which statue?
The Fearless Girl statue. It's a statue
on
on
one
Wall
that
Street.
they recently installed there on Wall Street in
Yeah.
front of the raging bull that indicates financial prosperity. So, yes, this bronze little girl is defiantly looking up against a bull that's 20 times her size that could easily destroy her.
Yeah, a photo of a man. Well, so the statue of a girl on Wall Street stands opposed, challenging women to stand in the face of the financial world, or the challenges women face in the financial world, I guess. Maybe,
yeah, because men don't have any sort of
maybe
issues, or they're not targeted either when it comes to sort of things. It's women that we need to identify and solely choose as defiance towards economics and capitalism.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a statue of a guy outside the New York City hospital looking down at his stomach, putting his hands on his stomach, because that's the challenges guys have to deal with because we're not allowed. We are physically unable to have babies, and it's very, very sad and troubling because we can't have children in our bellies. So, you know what type of emotional things that happen to men because we can't have babies? So I'm going to put that statue up. It's like, dude, if people go like, look at the numbers of, there's more women in the country, but men, if you add up all the salaries of all the men, all the salaries of all the women, the guys make more money as total. It's like, well, because a lot of women stay home, or a lot of women work part-time jobs because a lot of women raise kids. Like,
there we go.
What the fuck?
The statistics don't lie.
It's not like, you know what they turn it into is that you're saying like, get in the kitchen, bitch. Like, no, that's not what I'm turning it into.
We've got to repress women. It's like, but hold on a second. If the woman actually chooses to raise her children, to be out of the workforce and actually spend that time with the children to develop them into productive human beings, what, we're going to now shit on her? I mean, the fact is, if you take a look at the studies, if you're going to put a dollar value on her work, a stay-at-home mother approximates about $140,000 worth in regards to a employee, in regards to what they do, the contribution that they provide to society, and how they're establishing well-developed individuals, children, for the future. So $140,000 salary, that's not fucking peanuts. We're talking about someone that really contributes. And for anyone to sort of say, oh, you're a stay-at-home mother? Oh, my God, like, you have no value. You should be in the workforce. Who the hell are they to say such things when the statistics prove them wrong?
Well, I'm going to prove you very interested in a second, because the reason why I brought up the statue is because there's a photo of a man humping the Wall Street statue symbolizing female empowerment.
Oh, God.
It has gone viral on Facebook. It's a guy humping or trying to fuck the statue. Just 2 days after the artwork was installed on Women's Day, the photo shows a man in a suit behind the Fearless Girl and sculpture, which has been placed facing down the iconic Charging Bull statue in the heart of New York Financial District. I'm watching the video now, and it's like, the photo ain't even that good. I was expecting something really good. In fact, this guy looks like he's dancing with the girl. He's not humping it. Wait a minute. I was like excited for this article. Wait a second. This is bullshit.
More fake news?
This is fucking fake news. It says these three men came along. At the first, they were hanging off the bull and describing the scene on television website. Almost as if out of central casting, some Wall Street finance brosif appeared and started humping the statue. Friends laughed and cheered him on, pretending to have sex with the image of a little girl. Douchebags like this are why we need feminism, the article says. Douchebags like this are why we need feminism.
Oh.
He's literally got both of his hands fisted like in a fist, like how you'd be dancing side to side, and he's like squatting almost like he's pooping, and he's like he's like literally a foot and a half away from the statue, and he's like, it looks like he's dancing. This picture, these photos that this person fucking put up on Facebook or wherever, they don't tell me that he's fucking humping this thing at all. There is no video or photo of him humping the statue. He's in front of it. It looks like he's dancing in front of it. This is why we need feminism. Why? Because some guy humps a statue? What? This is just a moron humping a statue. Literally, the article just said he was hanging off the bull a few minutes ago. So a drunk fucking... So this is taking a whole different turn. This guy a second ago was hanging off a bull, apparently. According to the article, he was hanging off a bull, and him and his friends, who appeared to be rowdy, were hanging off a bull. Then he came over and humped the statue. But there is no photo or proof of the humping of the statue. And then, this is why we need feminism. This is... bullshit, Dave. This right here, this is propaganda.
You know what? It's not
virtue.
Because of the fact that, say, in Africa, you have female genital mutilation going on at rates that are fucking sky high. It's not the fact that in Saudi Arabia, women get beat for the fact that they don't show their that they take off their hijab, or that they want to be human beings and they want to drive. No, we're gonna fucking concentrate on this issue. We're gonna basically say, oh no, we need feminism for this one reason, for this one false reason.
Yeah, exactly. It's a false fucking reason, dude. This is
the feminists are silent when it comes to all the injustices that actually occur in the third world against women. But no, if something happens in the first world, something happens here in America or in Canada, no, there's some sort of evil plan against women. It's the patriarchy and stuff. But they stay silent about the injustices that happen in these backward countries.
No, that's amazing, dude. That is wild. That is fucking crazy. This is crazy. I mean, this is the biggest false report ever, and it's actually on Yahoo News. Like, it's on Yahoo fucking News. The Independent.
What bothers me is the fact that nobody's interested in trying to convey at least some sort of balanced reporting. We saw this 30, even 20 years ago, where like reporters were respected. There were individuals that would like risk their careers for trying to dig deep and, you know, sometimes endanger themselves. And nowadays, what do? They just tout whatever the fucking, you know, control mechanism is, whether it be, you know, like an elite group or individuals that don't agree with, you know, a certain policy. And there's no honest reporting no more. I mean, literally, journalism is dead.
It is dead. This is horse shit. Whoever wrote this is a fucking moron. They literally just wrote this because they wanted to trend because of the statue.
Clickbait. Remember,
it
we
worked.
live in the age of clickbait. We need those clicks.
So you can see how I was duped, everyone, how the fake news got me because it said some guy humped the girl's statue. I was looking to laugh about it and kind of make a joke about how dumb it is. I go onto it. There is no proof of the guy humping the statue, and they actually admit that he was hanging off the bull earlier. We're the animal activist rights people. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the animal rights activist showed up too, that he was hanging off the bull, disrespecting a bull somehow.
Well, sadly, we're actually seeing more and more of this a lot. We see these news headlines on, again, sites that we are hoping are independent. We go read the article, we find it's something totally different from what they're saying. It's not only just clickbait, it's the fact that there's an active attempt to manipulate the discourse. It's not like, okay, well, here's the facts. Here's those that oppose it. Here are those that support it. And here's what we think as supposedly an independent news group. No, it's just like, here's what this other news company reported. We're going to report it because we're owned by the same company anyway, so it doesn't matter. And we're going to keep pushing the same bullshit because, again, we don't care about the truth. We're not journalists. We're just prostitutes that just want to continue to repeat the same garbage. And to me, that's just insulting because at one point, journalism, like a journalist, like that individual that would really, again, risk themselves to get the story That was the big thing. Those were the people that we admired. Those were the people that really made an effort to share the truth. And I mean, like with Nixon, for example, what came out there and all these other things, there were at one point reporters that actually cared about getting the truth out, despite how far-reaching the effects would be. Nowadays, it's just to keep the status quo. It's to try to keep people conformed and agreeing with whatever the narrative is.
Okay, yeah. It probably is. I mean, look what they did. You know, they did all the perfect things. They did. First, they used a trending story. This is the tactic that everybody has to be aware of in news now, or in whatever reporting or whatever article. They used the hot topic. They used a gripping title, which said that a guy humps the statue. So any alternate take on something that everyone is already aware of that's trending. So we know about the statue. We know about, yay, the statue of the pride and all the women. And, okay, now a guy humps it. Okay, controversy. That's going to create a title click. And then also to say a man humps it. And now when you get to the article, what you find out is the man also hung all over the bull, probably drunk, hung all over the bull. Oh, a drunken guy. That doesn't happen. Then you lie. Then you promote your narrative, which is, this is why we need feminism. So we need feminism because a drunk guy one night hung all over a bull and then humped the statue. However, the icing on the cake is there is no actual photo of the guy humping the statue. Now, whether he humped it or he didn't hump it doesn't even matter that much, but it does matter because that's what this fucking article is about. This article is literally about how he humps the statue, and in this photo that I'm looking at, he is dancing with the statue. And if you could see it, you'd be amazed right now. If I could show this photo to you, well, maybe I'm going to send it to you over Skype.
A great point is the fact that you cannot state something as fact unless you can actually back it up with empirical evidence. And a photo is exactly what's required in a situation like this. For somebody to, again, make these
I sent it to you, by the way.
Accusations, but not be able to provide the photographic evidence or whatever evidence, might it be maybe 10 witnesses or whatever.
Yeah.
But something to prove their statement. It shows not only a bias, but an absolute disregard for the truth. And that is why people are so pissed off with the media today. It's not that the fact that you're presenting information in a biased manner, is that you have a disdain for those that are reading your own news, thinking that we're going to fall for your fucking idiot bullshit because you're not willing to do the research necessary to actually get down to the truth as your profession is supposed to do.
Yeah, this is dishonesty and making you look like a fool. Look at the photo.
It's like a cop that's corrupt. How can you have respect for a cop that's corrupt because their job specifically says you have to fight corruption? Again, it's a very similar situation. How can we have respect for a journalist who doesn't do the job necessary to actually be a journalist?
Yeah, this is, and people believe it too. I mean, anybody who didn't scroll to the bottom of the article and see the photo, first everyone did because they were looking for the photo. There's going to be some people that see this photo and they're going to be like, oh my God, this guy's disgusting. But there'll be the other half of the people that say, well, it looks like he's dancing with it.
He's not even humping her. He's like, again, it's sort of like he's dancing with her. He's dancing even next to her. He's not laying a finger on her.
Even if he's
sort of like, this is something that you would see something in a club and nobody, even the most ardent feminist, wouldn't have an issue with it because it's not like he's grinding up against her. He's not touching her.
Right. Can I tell you something?
He's just dancing.
And
he's a drunk.
So there's first of all, you've made this a possibility because you put a statue out there with a girl, whatever. What if there was, like, I'm trying to think of where there's a statue of a man who's powerful. Like, let's say Abraham Lincoln or any statue anywhere. Let's say Ted Williams at the Boston Red Sox because it's outside where people get drunk. Do you know how many women, like, there's been stories over the years about that statue. Do you know how many women have walked by that statue and have, like, humped it? Like, they have humped it and they've thrown up on it and all these things. Do we need manism or like for men, or because, like, oh my God, Ted Williams, there's no statue out there right now that represents like men's struggles and whatever the hell happened with men's struggles. So you're never going to see that. But women have put it out there that here's this little statue that represents whatever. So of course it's going to be attacked because every statue ever has been assaulted or attacked or disrespected. That's what people do. Fucking dumb people, especially drunk people out in the public in a city. The fucking bull is an example. The guy was... how many times has someone humped that bull or fucking thrown up on the bull or dumped drink on the bull or fucking pissed on the bull or who knows what?
On top of that...
It's a statue.
I mean, we've got to understand that, again, like, there is a proper decorum. You shouldn't be doing this.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree with that too.
Are we going to be demanding that of drunk individuals in New York City, no less? The city of insanity? I mean, when these people put these art displays out in the streets with the bull, with the girl, with whatever, do they really think people are just going to just admire it and there's not going to be a drunk or a homeless person or anybody else that says, fuck it, I'm going to do something to this statue? I mean, this is also, I think, a testament to the fact that those people that install these art, again, this is what they consider it, these art displays or forms or whatever, don't realize the fact that people are people. You got drunks in a city, no less, in a fucking city of millions of people. You got drunks, you got fucking mentally ill people, you got people who just are politically galvanized and want to make a point. So somebody's going to do something to these things if they're out in the public. How can you not expect this sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, you got to expect it, and you can't start taking it personally. Like, oh my god, dude, this is such bait, right? Like, you're gonna put a statue out there, and every time someone attacks it, you're gonna take it personally or take it to your movement. You're gonna be sorely fucking fucked up and mistaken, because if there's a Martin Luther King statue out there, it's been defaced somehow. If there's a fucking white people statue out there, it's been defaced. It doesn't matter what it is. All statues everywhere.
I'm sure there's a statue of George Washington out there that somebody twerked on. I can almost guarantee. And although I can't agree with that, although I'm not even American, I'm not going to say that person needs to be murdered or fucking executed for that, act. Because especially when you're drunk.
Maybe slapped, yeah.
You put these things in a fucking city, in a city that basically is on 24/7.
Yeah.
And you expect people to act in a manner that they're going to, not do anything. I don't know. It's insanity in my opinion, because although I can't agree with their acts that they're doing, I understand where they're coming from, because you can't expect rational thought from a fucking drunk.
Exactly. They don't know what they're doing. These guys could fucking love women. They could hate women. They could just be idiot guys. It doesn't matter. But she adopted it, and not only that,
maybe they're tourists who just want to fucking get a good photo.
I don't think they're from here.
Who knows?
Yeah, the
But the fact is there ill intention? Are they actually destroying this, thing? Do they actually think that, bumping up next to it, brass, sculpture is equivalent to rape?
Do you want to know what's coming up?
Because that's what the feminists think.
Do you know what's coming next, Dave? Because I'm treating this as fake news or overblown news, which is, it's kind of fake news because there's been no proof of the humping. But here's what's coming next, Dave. I'll predict it right now, and this will work even better. Somebody hangs a sign over the girl's neck that says, "You don't deserve to make money," or like, "Get back in the kitchen," or something like that. And I guarantee it. I guarantee that happens, and I guarantee there's an article and it blows up. And most likely, guess what? It was done by the feminist. Yep. How much do you want to bet? Somebody does that, and then they report on it, and it turns out they're the ones that did it, actually, because they wanted to get the news trending. Absolutely.
Sadly, actually, there's been a lot of hoaxes just like that have been basically occurring in the news since Trump won. People trying to make themselves look like the victim, and then eventually the investigation shows that they're actually hoaxing, and they get charged for it. And it's really sad when people actually have to try to make themselves out to be a victim when they never were a victim in the first place.
Right. Well, it's bullshit. And we got to get out of here, guys. I hope you guys click subscribe to Shame on News. More of this type of stuff coming. I wanted to get more done today. It's very, very late. I had a crazy time. It's my own fault. But there'll be more coming throughout the week, and especially tomorrow, I hope. And I hope you guys click that subscribe button. What do you guys think about this so-called news or this situation? Leave it in the comments down below. I'm going to try to get the article and put it in the description box so you guys can look at it yourself. We appreciate the subscriptions. That helps us out so you guys don't miss our daily videos. Don't miss our constant coverage of BS and interesting news that we find our opinions in the podcast. So we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't watched these other videos, they're popping up right now. Check out these other videos that you may have missed. Thank you to Devious Dave Rose, at Devious Dave Rose on Twitter. And you can hit us up on Twitter, at Shame on News. And we'll see you later.
Shame.
Shame.
Stay tuned for more news right here on Shame on News.